appreciate that.
Well, how are we feeling so far? Good? I love it. Okay, this table's in it. I love it. The rest of you are still trying to figure it out. I get it. Well, like Ricky said, my name's Drew, and I live in San Antonio. So, gosh, the prayer in Spanish made me feel like I was home. So thank you so much. I'll be very honest with you guys up front. We're going to do some stuff that's a little bit maybe strange. And very quickly this afternoon, things are going to get a bit weird. And here's what I know. We're going to step into some of this with the illusions and the magic just to kind of open us up. And many of you, you're going to absolutely love it. There's something about the spark of mystery that just kind of draws you in and gets you excited. But I'm also very much aware that there are some of you in this room that this might not be your cup of tea. That you're the type of person that has to have everything fit perfectly into a spreadsheet. You're what we call type A. And so the fact that there may be a little bit of mystery can sometimes bother you. And so if that's you, and when all is said and done, you leave this space a little upset, sorry, you've been warned. But I will need some volunteers that'll be willing to help out. But before we do, I want to kind of tiptoe in. I don't want to cannonball in. I don't want to freak you out. So let's do this. I want to use your creative imagination. And this afternoon, I want you to imagine that inside of your hand, each of you can do this, imagine inside of your hand, you have a dice, or die, I think is the singular form of the word, okay? And I want you to imagine that you take that dice, and in front of you, you roll it. And it begins to turn, and then it stops on a number between 1 and 6, okay? It's completely your choice. I want you to zero in on that, okay? Lock it into your memory, because I have a feeling that's going to be really important in just a little bit, okay? And so let's do this. Here on the front table, Miss Elizabeth, you came up here. Who's the gentleman in, you kind of this like cool purple, what's your name, sir? Matt. Matt, do you have your cell phone with you? Would you join me up here on stage? Would you guys clap really, really loud for Matt? Yes. Keep clapping. He's almost here. Yes. What was your number? 5. Come stand right here, Matt. Okay, perfect. Let's get to know. I do love this jacket so much. Okay, Matt, tell us a little bit about you. Married, kids?
Married, 2 kids.
Okay, what ages?
3 and 8.
3 and 8. We're right there with you. I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old.
You get it.
Okay, totally get it. So not a lot of sleep going on in our house. Okay, Matt, tell me this. Where are you from originally?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. What part?
Whoop whoop.
Yes. Maybe 2 other Cajuns.
No one
over
else
here.
will know. It's called Bayou Gauche.
Bayou Gauche.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it north south?
Way down south.
Way down south. Okay. And then tell me this, Matt. If you have an afternoon, and it's just you, to just relax, what do you do for fun? Just you. It can be as selfish as you want to.
I will go to my hunting lease.
A hunting lease. Okay. Do you have a favorite thing to hunt?
No, just to be out there.
Just out there. I love it. Okay. I asked those questions to kind of get to know you just a little bit. Okay. Matt, do me a favor. I'm going to give you this envelope. It's got a question mark on it. This is going to be really important later. If you would you just select someone kind of up front and hand that to them, preferably at a front table just so we can get to it a little bit. But yeah, if you would, he's going to give us...
Are you going to embarrass them?
I'm not going to... No, I don't think so. We're not going to pick on them, but just someone that will hold on, that looks trustworthy. Yes! Oh my gosh. Ma'am, tell me your name. Matt, come back up. What is it? Jonna. Obviously, there's something about you that just, you're like sunshine, okay? And a person, Jonna, what you're going to do is you're just going to hold on to that. That's going to come back at the end, and it's going to be really important. So protect that. You can set it in front of you. Just don't let anyone at your table mess with it. If you just karate chop them if you need to. But yeah, no, keep it shut. Yeah, no, build suspense, okay? And if for some reason, Jonna, if in the next 15 minutes you need to get up and use the restroom, don't use the restroom. Stay where you are, okay? Hold it. Got it? Okay, Matt, hold the envelope. and your bladder. Okay?
That's-
Perfect. Matt, I want you to open up your phone.
Okay, we're good.
And if you would, I want you to go to Safari, okay, and open up a new tab, okay? Now, be very honest. We didn't talk beforehand. We haven't pre-rehearsed anything, nothing like that. The little bit of information that I have for you, I'm going to make a prediction. Okay? This will make sense in just a little bit. Okay? This is what I'm going with. I'll put this right here. Okay? Oh man. Okay. Fingers crossed. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to a very popular website that I feel like most people in this room are somewhat familiar with. Do you tell everybody what this is?
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Do you use Wikipedia very often?
Occasionally.
Occasionally? Okay, very good. This is where I learned all of my magic tricks. Okay? Just kidding. Now, here's what we're going to do. In a moment, we're going to play a game. When I was in college, we used to go to the library, and we'd all get in front of a computer, and we'd go to Wikipedia. And then somebody that wasn't in front of the computer would yell out something that would be on Wikipedia, like George Washington. And then, here's what, from your starting page, you had to follow the hyperlinks, the little blue hyperlinks, and it was a race to see who could get to whatever the Wikipedia page that they just yelled out the fastest. Has anybody else ever played this game? No. Okay, cool. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. This is what happens when you're homeschooled. I'm just kidding. But here's what we're going to do. You're going, in a moment, to pick any Wikipedia page that you want to. Okay? It'll be your choice, Matt.
Okay.
Do not let me influence you. Okay? If it was me, okay? If it was me, what I would do is this. Okay, but you're not me. So do not let me influence you. Okay? But this is what I would type, okay? Not just San Antonio, I would do the Spurs. Okay? Gotcha. So also, Dallas, this is a great time to become a Spurs fan. Okay? Just side note. Too soon. Okay. Don't let me influence you, Matt.
Okay.
Your choice. Anything that would be a Wikipedia page. Anything. What'd you go with? I'm curious.
Am I supposed to?
You don't have to. It doesn't matter. You don't have to.
Okay.
Mike the Tiger. Love it. Okay, perfect. The mascot of LSU.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Okay. He didn't let me influence him. I love it. Okay. So now you see all the hyperlinks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're going to click on one of those, your choice, and then the game begins. Here's the goal. I've made my prediction beforehand. 5 moves. 5 clicks. And I'm going to get Matt to land right where I want him to. Okay? Oh, gosh. Okay. So click whichever you want. The game officially begins when you click on it. Okay? Bingo Tiger. Love it. Game is officially started. So just click on one and say it out loud. I'll put it up here. So you'll click it and say it out loud.
Chromosome.
Chromosome. Chromosome. Okay. Click another one. Volcano. Okay. We're taking a left turn here. Okay.
Politician.
Okay. Politician. Okay. Another one. Capitalism. Okay. This is the 5th one. Do not. Wait. How do you spell capitalism? I. Like that? Okay. Don't tell me. Click whichever one you want and hold it close to your chest. Just tell me out loud when you clicked it. Oh man. Okay. Here's the deal. Don't say it out loud. Okay. Here's what's crazy. You decided to go with Mike the Tiger. You clicked then Bingo Tigers. And somehow we got to chromosomes and volcano, politician, capitalism. Interesting. Okay? But the 5th word, this is what you like. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Okay? Look ahead. Before we started, okay? This is what I wrote. Okay? I know up front maybe you can kind of see this. Okay? This is what I wrote. If you would, Matt, out loud, what was the 5th word that you clicked that you landed on right here? Say it out loud.
Cattle.
Cattle. If you guys would you give him a huge round of applause? Well done. Yes. Cool, right? You can have a seat. You give it up for him. Right? No, not impressed? Okay. Matt, I thought they would clap much louder for you than that. No, it's okay. It's okay. Matt, here's what's crazy. To me, to have just met, once again, don't lie in front of all these people. We did not rehearse that. No one told you, hey, that this is going to be this game and that you're going to land on the word cattle. Like, you had no clue that any of this was going to happen. We honestly just met, okay? Here's what's crazy. To me, to be able to influence someone to land in 5 clicks, like I told you how many it was going to take to get there. But I think maybe, just maybe, that you might be more impressed if, Matt, I could prove to you that not only that I knew that you were going to land on cattle in the 5th move, but actually that in the 4th move I knew that you would do capitalism. In the 3rd move I knew you would do politician. 2nd move I knew you would do volcano. I knew that you were going to do chromosome. All of it set in motion by talking about the spurs, okay? And I'll prove it to you. Watch this. Every one of you had a chance to hold your dice. You rolled it, whatever number you wanted to. I told you that might be important later on. Matt, what was the number you rolled? Tell everybody out loud. 5, okay? The number 5. Do this. Hopefully you can see it. The number 5, okay? Anybody else do 5? Okay, cool. Watch this. Matt, you clicked on chromosome. Seems so random that you'd be drawn to that word, okay? Until you count 1, 2, 3, 4, and you notice that the 5th letter is an M. When you go to volcano, you notice that the 5th letter is an A. When you go to politician, the 5th letter is a T. Capitalism, the 5th letter is a T as well, and that it spells his name, Matt, right there. If you guys would, one more time, would you give it up for Matt? Yeah. This will be a little souvenir for you later. Ta-da, right? I thought that was so cool. Well, here's this afternoon. This is why, man, I love this art form. Like, I love it so much, and for multiple reasons, but really two is one, I believe it's one of the few art forms that today still causes a sense of awe and wonder inside of us. And like I said, I know many of us, we deal with more of the spreadsheets and maybe a little bit more like administrative. And so this stuff does kind of like affect us a little bit on a different plane. But there's something so beautiful that all of a sudden you get a chance to experience something that you can't immediately Google search away. That all of a sudden there's this sense of mystery and wonder that it stirs inside of each and every one of us a childlike curiosity. That there's this moment that you're experiencing something that makes you feel like a kid again. And that's the gift. That's the beauty of it. There's nothing in me is up here going, oh, I want to try to fool you or to make you look silly. No. Matt and I, in this moment of getting to meet, working together to create a moment that hopefully you get to talk about for a while. And the second reason that I love it is because the answers to all of it are right in front of you the entire time. But you miss it because you don't know where to look or you get distracted. And part of that's my job, is to all of a sudden to make you think that something that feels really, really important is kind of the main thing, when in fact that's not. It's insignificant. And then to help you kind of think that the small thing that feels like it's so random is worth forgetting, when actually that's where it holds all the secrets. And so in magic we call it misdirection. And what's so interesting is that you would think that the older that you get, or the smarter that you get, the harder you would be to fool. The opposite is true. last week at Chick-fil-A with WinShape, I'm sitting in a room filled with everyone in the room. They're MDs, they're psychiatrists, psychologists. I mean, these are the top minds, especially in the faith field. And they become the easiest to fool. The hardest to fool are kids. They're the hardest. And the reason is because I'm able to build on your assumption. I'm able to build on sometimes your lack of curiosity. And then I get to exploit it. And hopefully give it back to you kind of refashioned and make you feel like a kid again. But what's so crazy in this whole world of like spending the last really 20 years of my life studying and researching and looking at curiosity, the thing that I've found is that the average 4-year-old, and you would know this, anybody got little kids? A couple of you others? The average 4-year-old asks 300 questions a day, okay? This is true. I don't know how they study this, but if you have, I have a 4-year-old, this is very much true, okay? That's average. I feel like for us, sometimes it's 600 to 700 questions a day. And so what's interesting is that I think as kids, we're born curious. Like we're born little detectives, little explorers, like asking a million questions about the world. But then something happens. And the science would say that average 4-year-old, by the time they get into middle school, that the number of questions asked drops to 0. And whether that is the fear that many of us face, the fear of failure, the fear of looking silly and asking the wrong question, or even sometimes the fear of success, or it's assumptions, that kind of take place. Have you ever thought about if any of you are married in this room, if you can rewind to that very first date that you ever had with your spouse, like how curious you were, like how many questions that you ask of the other person? And then what happens over time is sometimes 5, 10, 15 years in, all of the curiosity gets replaced with assumptions. You're like, I feel like I already know this person. And it's what causes sometimes the drift. Or, we live in a culture of technology that runs rampant. Do you know what's so interesting about this little device that we just used, Matt? Is that this thing promises, the promises it make to you and I, is that there are no mysteries. You don't have to be curious anymore. Which is really interesting because that's the exact same promises that a tree in the Garden of Eden made as well. Which, listen, I'm not anti-cell phones. Just intriguing. And we just lose that curiosity. Or sometimes it's the environment. It's the people in our lives that kind of begin to tell us that we shouldn't be curious. Or use it as a negative thing, like, oh, aren't you curious? And so we walk away from this. But I think in doing so, and we really miss out. We really miss out. And I am really under the impression that we were created, really created to be curious. And my faith has a lot to do with that, but I'll give you a quick example, okay? Not to belabor this, because I could talk about it for hours. In one of the historical figure, Jesus, one of his biographies, there is this story about how him and his followers are going town to town. And the parents in this village bring their kids to Jesus. And so some of them may be wanting a blessing, some healing, we don't know. But they bring their kids to Jesus, and Jesus' followers stop the parents, and they're like, hey, Jesus is super important. We've got a packed agenda, we don't have time for this. And Jesus rebukes them, and he says, no. He says, let the children come to me. And he said, unless you become like a child, you're going to miss out on my presence that's right in front of you, right in this moment. And I think growing up, I remember hearing that after, the whole concept to me was you need to have this childlike faith. Okay, that's cool, but what does that mean? Most of us translate that into blind faith, a naive faith. Pause. Have you ever met a 4-year-old? They don't take anything at face value. They're like, but why? And why? And why? So here, just real talk. This is my assumption. I think maybe there's a curiosity that we've lost that Jesus invites us back into. To go in without that, you're going to miss out on what I'm doing right in front of you. Man, I could talk about this, like I said, forever. I'll hit you with some liner notes, and then I kind of want to end with something fun. Curiosity is the key component in collaboration and connection. And I love, like, you guys talking about partnering together. Those, just real talk, side note, those that are the hardest to partner with are always the least curious. Always. But those that have this curiosity want to connect. They want to collaborate. They want to dream together. It's again, just if you see that in your marriage, then of course that would be on your team, or that would be across, like, in different areas. Like, the curiosity stirs the collaboration. Also, curiosity is the key ingredient. It's part of, like, the scientific formula to creativity. That curiosity plus focus equals creativity. And so the curiosity, when it's put on a table with other people, you start to innovate. Like, I love, watch this. Albert Einstein would say, hey, I have no particular skills. Albert Einstein, the guy that we claim to be a genius. He's like, I'm actually not that smart. I'm just really curious. Steve Jobs said the exact same thing. He's like, I'm not that smart. When inventing Apple computers and the iPhone, he just said, I just ask a lot of questions. So it's connected to this creativity and innovation, but also, and I know many of you, you've been in these breakouts talking about mental health and your own personal growth. And curiosity is linked as one of the key ingredients to personal development and mental health. That right now you're starting to see, we have IQ tests, we've got emotional, like intelligence, these tests, these EQs. What you're going to start seeing in the days ahead will be CQ, to gauge how curious you are, because there will be a link to your mental health. And even right now, businesses, this is just side notes, business, if you talk about interviews, and Matt, like, if you ask somebody, like, hey, as an interviewer, what is the most important question that you ask? And 9 out of 10, okay, people who are hiring will say the last question is the most important. That question where you look at the person being interviewed and say, are there any questions for us? AKA, how curious are you? How curious are you? Because that will determine how far you go in this company. So, listen, I'm a big fan. Like 20 years, that's been my job, is to step in here and spark your curiosity for just a second, to give that to you as a gift. But maybe can I just challenge you as you leave this place, as you dream together, as you collaborate, man, how do you get back to this? Like, how do we become kids again? Man, my encouragement would be this: change your perspective. Like, from where you're seated, like to view this not just from your seat, but to go from the patient's seat, from the doctor's seat, from the nurses. Like, how do they see this? Like, that stirs curiosity and helps, breakthrough. The second thing is this: ask bigger and better questions. I think we get scared of asking questions because I think here's what's so interesting. When you sit at a table, even like today, you walk away, okay, just honestly, you walk away, and if I were to poll each of you, okay, who stood out at your table? Like, did you know everyone? Was there anybody new? Who stood out to you? Here's what I will promise you. You will not say the person that shared all the answers or had all this little nuggets of wisdom. Subconsciously, every one of you will point to the person that asked the most questions at the table. Every time. Every time. Learn to ask bigger, better questions. It's also just way more fun to live that way. And then the third thing I would encourage you is take risk. Try something new. On a personal note, like as you go to that fun new restaurant, try something that you haven't tried before. If you get a rental car when you're traveling, rent a car that you've never driven before. Switching it up. It gives you that little sparks of curiosity. And it really does make life a lot more fun. So, and there's nothing else that I've found in this season that puts you in the more, like in a present state. Like that you're so focused and you're fully in the moment. And what I'm learning is that that's where the magic is. Texas Health, I want to do one more thing for you guys. And I just also want to tell you thank you. To thank you for how you're serving the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the investments that you make, that many of you may have no idea. Living in San Antonio, we're one of the very few large cities that don't have a ranked hospital, which just means it's a giant mess. And that's not, I'm not trying to knock, maybe a little bit, yeah, that's a good knock on them. Which is, it is what it is until you need to desperately lean into the medical world. And 4 years ago when my son was born, and the nurses took him and ran out of the room. And following them to the NICU and a series, lots of tests. 14 specialists, 6-7 therapies on a weekly basis. Desperately wanting the system just to work. To communicate, to collaborate. Just my prayer began like, God, would you allow San Antonio Health to just be more curious so they could collaborate together. And getting the news a week and a half ago that my son's got to have open heart surgery. And deciding that we would come to Dallas to do it because of the lack of partnership and collaboration. And so it's really interesting in the timeliness of, even being asked to come and be a part of this well before we knew that that was even on the table. And so there's this, the reason I share that with you is to be able to tell maybe someone in the room, thank you in advance for being a part of our story. And we don't even know you yet because of your investment here in the DFW area. And specifically if any of you are at Children's, would love to be best friends. So, yeah. Can we do one more thing? Is that cool? Can we do one more real quick? There's moments like when life teaches you something, and if you're lucky, you can maybe put it into an art form to share. And this next bit, a couple of months ago, just the journey of my son, was able to kind of piece it together. So I'll share this with you. Through the process, I got really, really curious about just old inventions that changed culture. And one of them was in the 13th century, there was the invention of the mechanical clock. Okay, which doesn't sound like much to us. I mean, there have been clocks before, like the sundial, but with the mechanical clock, it gave way for inventions like the clock tower. And the clock tower revolutionized the way that communities interacted with one another. So from that point forward, instead of just saying things like morning or before it got dark, like time became specific. It'd be like, hey, let's meet at 3:30 or 5:30 or 8:30. And as the invention got improved upon, time became more and more specific to the point that every one of you in this room, you have memories, like core memories, that you not only know the day and the month and the year, but that some of you even know the minute that that memory took place. So what I want you to do, if you don't mind, I would love for each of you to think of a memory, something that means something to you. Something that shaped you in some way. And if possible, I want you to zero in on yes, the month, the day, even the year. But if you can, use your creative imagination and imagine the time, the specific minute Okay? If it's helpful, you can imagine that whole memory got locked into one single photo. And you look at it on your phone and you zoom into the background and there's a clock. Notice the exact minute. Got it? Hold on to that. Every performance that I do, I always carry this watch. It was a gift from my grandfather right before he passed. And when he gave it to me, he told me a very simple but profound message. And it was, the magic is in the moment. The magic's in the moment, Drew. And he began to explain that what's crazy about a watch or a clock is that you can't move the hands forward and they tell you anything about the future. You can't move them back and they allows you to go back to the past. No. Like a watch, a clock can only tell you about this moment that you live in. That's it. And all of the magic of life is right here. Like, I'll give you a quick example. When I was in college, we used to go to this Mexican restaurant, and when you pull up and you park, on the outside of the brick wall was this big sign that was in spray paint. It said, "Free fajitas tomorrow." What's interesting is when you show back up the next day, it still says free fajitas tomorrow. Why? Because tomorrow is not a real thing. It's just an idea, a hope. But today, this minute, this is the only one we get to live in. And all of the magic of life is found here. Not in the past, not in the future, but right here. The watch broke not too long ago. And I decided to not fix it because I kind of think it's perfect the way it is. This sweet reminder that every time I look at it, to stop, to pause, to be in this moment, fully present, right where my feet are. You still have that memory? Perfect. Let's do this. Ma'am, would you tell me your name? Catherine. Do you have your phone with you? If not, we can borrow Matt's. His works great. Would you come sit next to me? Okay. I want you to open it up, and I want you to go to your calculator. Okay? And then you guys, if you want to, I actually strongly encourage for you to also go to your calculator. I want this to be as fair as possible. Okay? Now I invite you all to participate. In a moment, we're going to together, collectively, okay, we're going to collaborate to create a curious moment, one that is specific to us in this room, one that's never happened before, and I will promise you will never happen again. This will be unique to us. Got it? Okay. Ooh, love it. Okay, just for fun, let's switch, okay? Here's what I want you to do. Miss Catherine, I want you to look around, and I want you to point to someone, any person. You can describe them if you want to.
Right there, the lady right there with the pretty black striped top.
Stripe. Oh, right here and kind of brown.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, right here. Can you see me? Yep. Tell me your name. Cade. Like the letter? K-Y. Okay. Miss K. What month did your memory take place? September? Is that right? September's 9? Is that right? Okay, so do 9, and then do times. Okay, and then pick somebody else. Thank you, Miss K.
The gentleman in the blue shirt right there.
Blue shirt. Okay. Yes. Oh, yep. Yes, sir. Tell me your name. John. Okay. We got Miss K. September. John, what was when you thought about your memory? What was the day of the month? 12th. Okay. So do 1, 2, and then do times. Perfect. So right now we have September 12th. Okay. Somebody else.
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Oh, right here. Okay, with Nadia. Okay. Ma'am, what was the year that your memory took? 1984. I love it. So perfect. Okay, hit times. Hey, pick one more person.
All right. Felicia.
Felicia? Which one? Oh, perfect. Felicia, you think about your memory. What was the time? The more specific, the better. Down to the minute. What was it? 7:59. Wow. So 7:59. I love that. Okay? 7:59. Hit equals. Just make sure we're on the same page. Okay, so to make sure we're all together so far, we didn't miss anything, I have 162, 632, 448. Is that what you have? Yes. Perfect. Okay, hit plus. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, Miss Catherine, you're going to throw a wrench in this. Okay? I want you in a moment just to type like, say 10 digits. Okay? Now, do something fun. Okay? So hover your fingers over like this. Okay? Don't do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's so boring. Okay? You can, but I wouldn't. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take it like this, and go like here, and I just want you to count to 10. But look here at me, and just count to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did you do it? Ooh, so good. Okay. Can you read that to us out loud?
2.
Slowly. 2.
3, 4, 1.
3, 4, 1.
5, 8, 7.
5, 8, 7.
6, 9, 6.
6, 9, 6. Did I get it right? 2, 3, 4, 1. 5, 8, 7. 6, 9, 6. Anybody need to repeat? No. Repeat. 2, 3, 4, 1. 5, 8, 7. 6, 9, 6. Got it? Oh, it's so fun. Whoa. Okay. Oh, you may have to, sorry. Yeah, just like that. Scientific. Okay, perfect. Okay, here's what's going to happen. So cool, so cool. Catherine, you're going to yell out that number, okay? I'm going to put it up here, okay? How many digits is it?
It's equal?
Yeah, hit equals. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it 9?
10.
10, okay. We'll stack it, okay? So, first 3 numbers. 2, 5, 0? Okay. Next one. 4, 2, 2, right? Okay. Last 4 left? 0, 1. 4, 4. Okay. This is crazy. Okay. Is that what y'all got? Yes. Okay. So together, we came up with 2,504,220,144. Oh my gosh. That was you. You came up with this. And ma'am, you've been holding on to that envelope the entire time. Look at me. You look at me. You look at me. Miss Catherine, once again, we didn't preset this. You had no idea, Miss Kay. You had no idea that you guys were going to piece all of this together. And then you threw in a random number to come up with this crazy number. So if the prediction that I made inside of that envelope before we ever started matched this crazy number, you two be honest with me. Would that impress you? Yes. Yeah. It would impress me too. Yeah, that would be so amazing. It would probably deserve a whole lot more applause than what's been given so far this afternoon. Yeah, you would probably get a standing ovation. But wait, ma'am, would you please bring that to Miss Catherine? Would you give her a huge round of applause? You can just sit down. You can sit down. You can just sit. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, this is going to be so good. So good, so good, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to open it up. And then what I want you guys to do together, you're going to pull it out, you're going to unfold it. Don't show them yet. Read it out loud so they all can hear you, and then with some showmanship, give it to them, okay? Oh my gosh. Read it out loud to thunderous applause.
So the magic is in the moment.
Wait, what? No. That's the wrong. Well, ta-da! You can have a seat. Well done. Magic's moment. So sorry. That's what my grandfather would say. And what he told me the moment that he gave me the watch. What's really crazy, Catherine, is I told you, and I told all of you, that watch, it broke some time ago, and it's been stuck on a time for a while now. Catherine, would you please grab that? Would you show them, and would you tell them out loud, what is the time that it is? Wait, tell me, what was your time? Yeah. 7:59. Catherine, what time has that been stuck on the entire time?
7:59.
7:59. Would you guys give Catherine a huge round of applause? You can have a seat. Yes! Well done. Well done. Oh my gosh. Also, this is so crazy. I love it. This was just a major distraction. But also, really important. If for some reason, listen, you guys came up with this, okay? Ms. K, it was September, okay? September, what was the 12th? 12th. And then, who's back here? What was the year? 1984. So September 12th, 1984. If today you have social media, okay, and you go to Instagram, okay, you pull that up real quick. Does anybody have Instagram? They'll do that these days. But the young kids are on TikTok. So does anybody have Instagram? You can pull this up if you want to fact check this. I made a prediction on my social media this morning, okay, as I'm flying here, okay? If you go to my bio, which is just Drew Worsham, Miss Catherine, would you, listen, I'm the only one here. What can you, to type my name, what's the bio say? Can you read it? Or somebody see this? Wait. Okay, yeah. Say. Read the whole thing.
Today at Texas Health, the room will unknowingly be influenced to think of a specific date. The number 14832 will end up being significant.
Is that significant to anybody? What was it? 1.
14832.
Hold on. 14. Say it again. 14832. Does that mean anything to anybody?
Julian date.
What is it?
Julian date.
I don't know what that means. Sounds cool though. 14832 means nothing to anybody. Once again, but Ms. K, you said September, you said 12th, you said 1984. This will be wild. I made that prediction before we started, remind you. Siri, what was the date 14,832 days ago?
It was Monday, April 21st, 2025.
April 21st. Oh, nope, that is definitely not right. That's today, or yesterday. What was the date? 14,832 days ago.
It was Monday, April 21st, 2025.
Could somebody Google this? This is crazy. Watch this. Hold on. I want to. What was the date 14,832 days ago?
It was Monday, April 21st.
It is not. There's no way it was the 21st, 2025. Can somebody Google it really quick? This is crazy.
July 9th, 1984.
No. I got September 12th, 1984.
September 12th, 1984. That was the prediction made before.
That was it.
That was it. That was their date.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so much less anticlimactic than I wanted it to be. Remember, more impressive. Right now, today, it is 2025. It is the 4th month and the 22nd day of this year, and right now it is 1:44. If you guys would you give each person that helped out a huge round of applause? Thank you guys so much for hanging out. You've been amazing. Grateful for you guys.